Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Casey. Hey, I wanted to give you an update real quick on where I am right now with my ventures in investing. And, I know I've told you in previous videos kind of what I was doing with, making these videos about my experiences in day trading and investing in general. So I kind of want to give you an update on that, let you know how that's going for me. I haven't shot a video in a few months, so I think I'm well overdue to at least, let you guys know how I'm doing on that and what all's changed. Because there's nothing else that's guaranteed in life. The one thing that is guaranteed would be things are going to change. Okay? So, let me start off. Let's see here. I started shooting videos, would have been in January, okay, of 2015, the beginning of the new year. That's when I started shooting the videos, alright. I lost my job in IT as a network engineer, okay. So I decided, what can I do meantime, while I'm looking for a new job, to go ahead and double down on myself. And, I decided to join a mini MBA program with Ty Lopez. It's called the 67-step program. It was pretty good. It taught me a lot of stuff. I learned how to speed read. And then because I learned how to speed read, I was able to gain a lot more knowledge when it comes to reading books at a much faster pace than what I previously had experienced, when it comes to reading books. I actually wasn't reading that many books at all, so that was one big change and skill set that I possessed moving forward. So I started doing that, read a lot of books on day trading strategies, started applying some of them, and come to find out, one of them actually worked for me, and I was able to live off of just money that I'd saved for a rainy day, knowing that, working in corporate America, people are going to get fired, people are going to get upset with your performance, no matter how good you are, no matter how smart you are. So you might as well just prepare for that rainy day when you get let go, because eventually it's probably going to happen. Now, I'm not saying that, that's, it's going to be guaranteed every time you go to work for a company that they're going to fire you and let you go. Because, there's different industries out there, there's different skill sets that you can possess that would keep you specialized enough to where you probably don't have to deal with that kind of, layoffs and stuff like that. But for most of us, what do they say, the longevity of your career working for one company, what do they say, it's like 2 years, and then they'll let you go and you're on to the next thing. Okay, and to be quite honest with you, now that I'm saying that, I'm looking back, reflecting on the last 14 years of my career, like working for other companies and business owners, and that's about right. Like, I think the most I've carried a job for, as far as years and longevity of making that last, was maybe 3 years tops. And then I was on to the next company, where I was changing skill sets and trying to move up that corporate ladder. So it's pretty, I would have to say that's pretty right on target when it comes to saying something like that the longevity of your career is going to be about 2 years, and then you're on to the next company. All right. And when I say career, I mean like whatever industry you're in, and whatever you're doing for that specific company in that industry, So don't get that twisted with your career being your overall experience in the workplace, over say like 20 or 30 years. Don't get those two things confused. So I want to make that clear. But just to give you an update on where I am, I decided after learning how to speed read and gaining more knowledge on what it was I was doing with day trading, I ended up having 29 wins on my day trading strategy. So I made money 29 different times on each trade out of 32 trades. So my win percentage was really good when it comes to volatility ETF trading or exchange traded fund trading. It was really good. I'm actually not doing it right now, and there's a couple big changes I've made in my life right now. So I kind of put that on hold just for the meantime. Part of that's due to the market conditions right now. After reading a lot of fundamental analysis and paying attention to what's going on, from a global perspective, when it comes to investing, finances, stock markets. Like right now as I'm shooting this video, we're on October, what is today? October 19th, 2015. Okay. In August, China, their entire stock market collapsed just back in August. That was just 2 months ago, guys. I mean, we're talking like a 40% decline or more in their entire stock market. So it would have been the Shanghai index, the Nikkei index in China. Both those took a huge hit, okay? And you probably, if you're watching this video, you probably remember back in August, watching the news, they were talking about that 1,000 point drop that we had on the stock market. Remember that? That was caused by, some of it was caused by China and the collapse of their stock markets. Okay, so that happened. It made volatility and conditions in the market very, very unstable. So the losses that I experienced over the course of the last 9 to 10 months were pretty big. And it was because of, bad timing. I broke my own rules a couple times. So if you ever decide to do some day trading or something like that, make sure you have your rules lined out for you and you are following those every single time. Because if you don't, you're going to end up losing big. And I lost big. I'm talking like I lost $2,000 within a couple days. And it was because I broke my own rules. Part of that was I was locked up in the trade through my broker. What I was trying to do was place a trade on, the right ETF according to where the markets were going. So if the markets were good, I was betting on an ETF where the price would go up with the markets. All right, so if it was good market conditions, you were making profits. I was doing that, and then if there was a drop in the market and it went down, well, I would sell out of that ETF and jump into a different ETF where you make money on the markets going down. The only problem with this, and again, this broke my own rules, the rule was that I wanted to buy and sell the same day. Okay? Now, I'm not going to touch too much on this today. I can make a completely different video about brokerage firms and how they work. But basically, I was locked in the trade because of rules on the brokerage firm's end. Like on their side. They had a rule set up to where, if you, let's say you buy and you sell, and then you jump into a different stock, there's something called a settlement date. Okay, and I'll cover this in detail in a later video, but basically the settlement date is something, that says, basically, okay, you got 3 days for the money to settle on the amount of money that you were using on that trade. It has to settle first. And then once it settles, you can go, this is after you sell. Alright, so you sold your asset. You got 3 days that you have to wait, and this rule might vary a little bit between brokerage firms, but it's pretty common. So you have to wait 3 days after you sell your asset, then you can turn around and buy up another asset, or go back into the same, asset that you had bought previously. But you can't sell after you've bought. You can buy back in, but you can't sell. You have to wait 3 days. from the previous sell. So if it's confusing you a little bit, let me just back up a little here. So let's say you bought an asset, right? And then you sold it the same day. You made a profit. Okay? Then you decide, okay, well, I'm going to buy this other asset because the markets are going down now and I can make a profit off the markets going down. So that very same day, you buy in on another asset that's going to make you money on the markets going down because let's just say that the Federal Reserve Bank came out and made an announcement that very same day you got out on the first trade before the markets start going down, and they made an announcement that causes the markets to go down that very same day. So you're like, cool, I can jump in on this other stock and make a profit on that too. Well, in theory that's correct, but you have to pay attention to your settlement date. So you buy and sell. All right, made a profit over here on this asset. That very same day, you jump back in and buy on another asset. Now, the settlement date says you cannot sell for 3 days because you have to wait for the money to settle on that first trade. And basically, that's what I did. I broke my own rule, so I was locked up in a trade. Anyways, long story short, I ended up losing $2,000 in about a day. That was one of my losing trades. Now, same thing happened prior to that. I was locked up in a trade, at the beginning of the year. So what I did is, while I was waiting, I had extra money. I started teaching myself some stuff, speed reading books. So let's see here. Let's fast forward. We're in October right now. It's been 10 months at least. Maybe a little bit over that now because we're almost at the end of October. I went out and got a part-time job. All right, now I said in another video that I didn't plan on going back and working a 9 to 5. Well, it's not really a 9 to 5. It's a part-time job. Okay. And I decided to go back to school. So I've doubled down on myself there as well, trying to get, a new career going, because I just, sometimes in life you have to take a step back and reevaluate and reassess what you're doing. That was something I really felt like I had to do because in IT, just within a short time span of about 5 or 6 years being in IT, I had, 4 different jobs. 4. Okay, now if you add that up, that's about 2 years with each company, and it's on to the next one. Very high turnover rate. Very high risk. That's something I don't want to do the rest of my life. I'm looking for stability, okay, and I know that's something that's not guaranteed in life, but you can certainly put the odds in your favor by getting on that different playing field, like I've been talking about in some of my other videos, being on that different playing field. So I decided, well, let's get more specialized. Let's change skill sets. Let's get to the point where I don't have to worry about people, letting me go or dicking me over or trying to, play that office politics bullshit. Let's just call it how it is. I'm trying to be real here. It is what it is. So I decided, hey, let's get more specialized. Let's go back to school. Let's double down on ourselves because that's always seemed to work for me, especially when I'm in a situation where I don't really know what to do. So if you're one of those people right now watching this and you're in a situation where you just got let go from a job, you're going through a hard time with a relationship, whatever it may be, double down on yourself.